Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and there was a new set of surveys done asking women about what they liked in a men's body, and this is going to upset a lot of people in the fitness community, but you know what? It needs to be said, and it needs to be understood, because otherwise, if you guys are training for certain goals, and you're not trying to reach the objective that's best for your specific goal, then you're really not using your time efficiently. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Alright guys, let's talk about what this survey showed. And I found at least a dozen different versions of this. This actually randomly came through my feed. Someone was sharing it who doesn't lift, a chick I knew, but not in shape at all, was sharing it. And, you know, she's married with kids and stuff. She shared this, it just came through Facebook. And I'm like, well, let me check it out. It was off of like the Rod and Ryan show based here out of Texas. And it looks like a bunch of radio stations cover this. And what they found out... Alright, according to the new survey, 69% of women think a dad bod is sexy and 63% prefer a dad bod over guys who are in crazy good shape. Alright, the study defined dad bod as relatively fit, but neither lean nor muscular. So not too chubby, but also not ripped or really even toned at all. Alright, here are 4 more stats from the survey. 78% of women think a dad bod is a sign that a guy is comfortable in his own skin. Alright, number 2. 47% of women agree that the dad bod is the new six-pack. So a little extra padding is in style right now. Number 3, 80% of women said they'd be proud to be married to a guy with a dad bod. Number 4, 92% of married men with a dad bod said they're happy with their marriage. 86% are happy with their life in general. And only 61% said they're proud of their body. Okay? Interesting. Like even the men who are proud of their body who have a dad bod is actually a lower percentage than the women who preferred it. All right, that's a significant factor because this goes back to what I always talk about. If your goal is to get girls, don't worry about being ripped. It's not going to help you get girls. And a lot of guys are going, no, but I see this guy who's ripped and he's got women hanging off of him. Yeah, but twice as many women prefer the non-ripped look as the ripped. All right, think on that for a moment. Twice as many. So you might want to factor that maybe he's got something else going on besides the fact that he's ripped. Maybe it's his confidence, maybe it's his money, maybe it's his style. There's more to it than just one factor, and you guys need to remember that. You really would need to think about this stuff. And the thing is, a lot of people out there aren't training for girls, and most of these guys who aren't training for girls, they understand this. But anyone who's been training a long time, anyone who's gotten pretty jacked, pretty ripped, they'll all tell you this. You hear guys say this over and over and over. Even the Hans twins said this. It doesn't attract women. Occasionally it does. You're going to get 10 times as many dudes hit on you as women if that's what you're doing. The point of getting ripped, I want guys to understand this, the point of getting ripped is to impress other men. That's it. Now, I also hear guys say when you bring that point up, well, the only point of having a really heavy deadlift is to impress other men too. Yeah, that's true. That is true, other than there are other benefits to being really strong. It helps you in a lot of survival situations, sports situations, real life situations. Being strong can actually benefit you outside of impressing other people. All right? Being strong has all sorts of athletic, survival, and fitness benefits. It's not just to impress people. But truth be told, yeah, if your goal is to impress people, that's true. You're still going to impress mostly other men with your feats of strength than you are being ripped. But the point we need to get here is that people need to understand. The surveys are showing women aren't buying into the really skinny, ripped guy look, okay? You see in a lot of fashion magazines, everything else try to promote this, and it's trickled back over into the fitness community. The fitness community didn't care about this stuff at one time. All right, they just cared about being big and strong. No one cared about being shredded. All right, it's a fad that's come back in the last decade. It's been largely pushed by the fashion world, even to some extent, which is mostly run by gay men. Think about it for a moment. That's who runs the fashion world. I know because Brittany works in fashion sometimes. I've been to fashion shows. I can tell you it is largely dominated by gay men, the whole fashion industry. It's just reality of it. So that's the trend they're setting. They like that. But that's not even universally true among them. A lot of them like the bear look. But my point is, and this is what I try to stress over and over and over with this, if you are lifting to get girls, and I'm not telling people why they should or shouldn't lift. You know what? I'm happy if you're lifting. I don't care why you're lifting. If you're lifting to play football, great. If you're lifting to attract girls, great. If you're lifting to because you want to be a power lifter. You just want to be fit or healthy. Great. That's great. You know why? Because you're lifting. You're bettering yourself. You're improving yourself. I don't care what a person's motivations are. If they're in the gym improving themselves, they're going to be healthier and better for it. Okay? I want everyone lifting weights. So if that's the motivation, you need to lift weights, then okay, fine. Do it for the girls. I don't care. I mean, but if you're actually putting excessive effort in it to attract girls, the reality is that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not going to get you your desired results. Okay? It's not going to get you the desired results. And a lot of guys are going to go, well, you're just saying that because you're not ripped. No, I'm saying that because it's reality. I'm saying that because it's reality. And I know there are guys who market to it. You know, Chris Jones loves to market to that. He's my bro. I like Chris. But he knows that's just a market. You think Chris gets girls just because he gets ripped sometimes? Hell no. He gets girls when he's not ripped. He's charismatic, and now he has money. Okay, you're funny, outgoing, and have money. You're going to get girls. I don't care what your body looks like. Doesn't matter at that point. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. But the point of this survey shows that women don't like the ultra ripped guy. They like the guy who's in shape a little bit. They like the guy who works out. All right? They don't care about the rip thing. In fact, they prefer a guy with slightly more padding. And a lot of guys are going to go, well, that's just because a lot of women are insecure about their own bodies. Well, do you care? Are you trying to get women or not? If you're going to go, well, I'm not going to do what most women want because they're just being insecure, but I want to get girls. That's pretty stupid. You need to go, well, I don't care what their motivation is. If your goal is to get girls, then you're going to do what most women want. Let's be realistic here. If you're going to stand back and make excuses and make yourself miserable getting ripped and starving yourself, knowing that it's going to give you less girls than if you would just stay 10 pounds fatter, kind of counterproductive, isn't it? Do you care what their reasons are? And here's the thing. Think on it from a chick's perspective, and I'll break this down because I talk to a lot of women about this. This is stuff that Brittany and I talk with all her female friends about. Okay, we talk to them. Why do you think this is? I want you guys to think on it. Because women know that it's a female trait. It's a female trait to be obsessed with their appearance. There's a lot of pressure put on women to look good. You guys all know it. Every one of you know it. You know women are pressured to look good. You know women are expected to look good. You judge women every day based on how they look, do you not? Men do it. There's a big pressure to be put on women to look good all the time. All right? That takes a lot of their effort. Takes a lot of their effort, and the way they look at it, if they're going to take their time to look good, they want a dude who's going to give them attention for looking good. Women who have known the guys who are really jacked, really ripped, are usually narcissistic, egotistical, and they're more focused on themselves than her. All right, woman puts the time into looking good. They don't want a dude who's obsessed with his own looks. They want a dude who's like, hey, you look good, baby. They want him to be noticing how good she looks because they put a hell of a lot of work into it. They have to. If you guys knew what women put into their hair and their makeup and their eyebrows, the time and money they put into looking good, color coordinating everything, women put a lot of effort into this shit. They want a dude who's noticing that, not the dude who's staring in the mirror at himself. And they sure don't need another chick around. And that's the thing. The guys who are too obsessed with their look, women perceive you as being like a chick. Alright, that's reality. You spin that any way you want, but that's how they see it. They're not that interested in you at that point. It's a turnoff to them. Even if they might think you look good, the attitude and the lifestyle that goes with it drives a lot of their pussies up, irrespective of how good you might look. And that's the point you've got to remember. They already have one person in their life who they got to worry about how they look all the time themselves. A lot of women don't want the dude sitting around obsessing over how he looks either. It's okay if he looks good. It's okay if he looks a little polished. If he gets a decent haircut, remembers to bathe every day, puts deodorant on, clean clothes on, occasionally matches. Okay, they're cool with that. They don't want a dude who obsesses over how he looks. And the image that it brings across for the dudes who are obsessed with their aesthetics and being lean, being ripped, is that that's what they're obsessed over. And women are just like, that's just like another chick. I want a man. All right, and that is the stereotype. That is how women perceive it. You can't change that. All right, so this whole point of all of this is that guys who are running around focused on being ripped all the time because they honestly think they're going to get other girls. It's not. It's not going to get you that many girls. It's going to get you dudes, not just gay dudes. Gay dudes are going to hit on you a lot more, but even straight dudes, that's who's going to come over and talk to you. Oh, wow, man, you're jacked, you're buff. Oh, man, look at the cuts in your biceps, bro. Hey, man, can I touch your arm? Flex your arm, bro. Can I touch? I'm not gay or anything, but like, can I touch your chest? All right, I can tell anyone who's not used to that, you've never been jacked. You've never been jacked, you've never been buff if that's not how other dudes treat you all the time. Because even supposedly straight dudes act that way all the time around you when you're jacked. And even chicks can't come over and even hit on you when you go out somewhere because you got so many other dudes wanting to touch your biceps and your pecs. Okay, and that's the other factor of it. A lot of the women assume you're in the closet and you're just gay. And they don't want that dude. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.